I was tagged. Let's see what's going
If
on.
the pharmacy tells you that they are going to check video footage for what happened at dispensing for a prescription that you do not have, but that they say was picked up, doesn't that mean that something suspicious happened?
As most of you know by now, I worked in community pharmacy for 12 years and I also was a pharmacy manager, so I'm gonna be probably a bit of an expert on this. Whenever we see that a prescription is sold, at some point in time, that prescription was rung up and then sold to someone. And because pharmacy is so regulated, we have cameras pretty much like everywhere. So we're able to see in our system when that medication was sold. And so what we can do is we can go to the back of the store, the front of the store, wherever the camera room is. So I literally have been in the office and been like, okay, let's roll the tape. And we can see exactly like whether it was you who picked it up, whether it was someone else who picked it up, or what happened. So I'll say about like 50% of the time, it's usually the patient who picked it up and they completely forgot that they picked it up. Then there's another portion where it was someone else who picked it up that the patient forgot that they gave permission that they could pick up the medication. For example, it's usually like a family member, so like a husband or a wife or a child. But there are rare cases where it may be someone in the pharmacy. I'll be honest, I remember when I shared that story of that pharmacy student who pretty much stole Adderall from someone's pill bottle. In that case per se, like you wouldn't have been able to track like when they did it because they never sold the prescription. So I can't say like I've ever experienced like someone that has like, I guess, stolen the medication, wrung it out and made it look like it was sold, but that's how I assume it would look on camera. And so if, for example, it is like a pharmacy employee, then an investigation has to be done. Of course, we are going to get you your medication if we have it in stock, but then an employee most likely is going to lose their job or possibly go to jail. And so one of my pieces of advice for anyone that was new starting at the pharmacy when I was a pharmacy manager or even just an employee, I would tell them like, hey, like if you're going to steal at this pharmacy, you are most likely going to go to jail because there are cameras everywhere and they will find you.